Hi, my dear friends out there. Thank you for joining me again today as I'm going to talk about upbeats and downbeats in music. So first, let's begin with upbeat. Upbeats in music. What is an upbeat in music? Probably you've been hearing uh, guys talk about upbeats. Professionals use terms such as upbeat, downbeats, and you don't know what they really mean as a beginner. So today I want to let you know what an upbeat is and what a downbeat is in music. It's very important for you as a player to know what they are. Why? Because you can use it in your head when you're creating music. You know what an upbeat is, and you're like, this beat will come fast, you like this melody will come on a downbeat, this rhythm will go like this, the bass guitar will begin on a downbeat or an upbeat. All those will work when you understand what they really mean. Okay, so we are going to talk about upbeat first. We are talking about upbeat and downbeat, but let us first begin with an upbeat. What is an upbeat? Like you see, I've put down here my notes are in 4/4 time, and then I have two beats beginning, quarter notes are beginning with two quarter notes, then the other bar has 4 quarter notes. So an upbeat, these are notes that come before an upbeat. These are notes that come before the first full measure of a piece. Like you're seeing, they are not full here, they are only 2 beats, and the next measure has full 4 beats. So notes that come before the first full measure of a piece of music are called an upbeat. And usually the time value of the upbeat is taken away from the final measure, making the final measure incomplete. Usually the time value of the upbeat is removed from the final measure, and this makes the final measure in a piece of music incomplete. I'm going to show you. Incomplete. So therefore the beats in the first measure plus the beats in the last or final measure equals 1 full measure. If you add them up all together, they will be equal to 1 full measure, like this one here. Okay, so that is an upbeat. So let me show you from my notes. Yeah, so here's a piece of music, and the song is called Simple Gifts. Simple Gifts. When you look at the first measure begins with an upbeat. Whereby we have two beats in this first bar, and then the next bar has 4 beats. The next bar is full. It's a full measure with 4 beats. This one has only 2. So what I'm saying that usually the time value of a beat is taken away from the final measure, making the final measure incomplete. So when you look at this piece called Simple Gifts, this is the first measure, which is not complete. So it's here they remove these 2 beats from the final measure. This is the final measure. This is the final measure, which has only 2 beats, which is a half note, which is representing 2 beats. So if you take this half note, then you add it up with these 2 quarter notes, you will get a full measure. So that is what an upbeat is. That is when what an upbeat is. They take from the final measure, they remove, for instance, in this piece of music, they removed 2 beats from the final measure, and then they began with it here. The piece of music is beginning with 2 beats, and then the next bar has full beats. So that is an upbeat. An upbeat is the last beat of a measure, and it's usually the weaker beat. So when we start a piece of music and we come across the first measure of music, usually what begins is the downbeat. So the downbeat is usually the beat number 1, then followed by what we call the upbeat, which is weaker, and the downbeat is stronger than the upbeat. So when you're playing piano, you sound the notes that are on the downbeat louder than those on the upbeat. So now let's look at downbeat. The downbeat is the first beat in each measure. The downbeat is the first beat in each measure. The downbeat is the first beat in each measure, and it is the strong beat in the music. That's what I've just said. It's a strong beat in the music. It's also the start of the beat. So downbeat usually starts the beat. And then now, if talking about the beat, you're asking yourself, what is a beat? What is a beat? A beat is simply when you tap your foot, or when you bob your head, or it's just simply the rhythm that you feel. That is what a beat is. When music starts to play, and you begin to bob your head, or even or you tap your foot, that is, you're already in rhythm. That's already a beat you're creating. So that is simply it. So an example here is showing us upbeat and downbeat. So I'll put down an example to show us what a downbeat is and what an upbeat is. Yeah, to demonstrate upbeat and downbeat and upbeat, I'm using this example you're seeing here, and I'm using eighth notes. I'm using eighth notes in a bar. That is an equivalent of 4 quarter notes, equivalent of 2 half beats. So I'm using eighth notes to demonstrate what a downbeat and an upbeat is. So look at it this way. Usually, I said at the beginning of a measure, that's where we have the first beat, which is our downbeat. So our downbeat happens on the first beat, and then it's followed by the upbeat towards the end of the measure. After the end of the measure, a new measure begins with a downbeat. And don't forget what I'm saying, that a downbeat is stronger, must sound stronger than the upbeat. The upbeat is a weaker beat. The downbeat is the strongest beat. So you can see I'm using eighth notes. The first note of the eighth note is on the downbeat. This is how we count. We count it as in 1 and. So where I say 1, that's where the downbeat is. Then and is where the upbeat is. So it's 1 and 2 and. So 1 downbeat and the upbeat. Then 2 downbeat and gives us the upbeat. Then 3 downbeat and will give us the upbeat. Then 4 downbeat, then and will give us the upbeat. So it is 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and So that is what is happening with these eighth notes. So the end is always the upbeat, and then the first beat is always the downbeat. Okay, so that's how it happens. So upbeat and downbeat. The downbeat sounds stronger, and then the upbeat sounds softer, like that. And usually, towards the end of the bar, that's where we find the upbeat. It's softer, and we begin the new bar with a stronger beat, which is our downbeat again. So that is it. That's how it works. That's how it works. So the downbeat is on the first note, and then the end gives us the upbeat, followed by another downbeat, another upbeat, followed by another downbeat, another upbeat, downbeat, upbeat. Okay? So I'm going to go to the piano, and I will demonstrate this on the keyboard on the piano. I will demonstrate this on the piano. Okay, so reasons why you should understand what the downbeat and the upbeat is. It's very important to understand these terms. Why? One, because this can help you to communicate when you're communicating with the fellow musicians who are educated. You can use those terms. For instance, you can be discussing with them and saying, yeah, so now where am I putting the bass line? Where is the bass line starting from? Or you can say, where do I put this lick? Where do I start from? Then can I start on the upbeat, or can I start on the downbeat? Should the bass player come in on the upbeat or a downbeat? So it can be a discussion, okay, that you can use those terms, or you can use it yourself as a musician when you're creating music. Let's say you're in a studio, let's say you're composing, you're writing a song. You can use your knowledge of these downbeats and upbeats. You can use it for your music in your mind. You become creative with it. That's when you understand what they really mean and how they really work in music. That's the most important thing. Okay, so I think those are the uses. Use them to communicate with fellow musicians. Also, you can use it yourself. You think of it in your mind. You're creating music, and you know where you're going to put, let's say, an upbeat, whether you want your song to begin on an upbeat, and then or you want it to begin on a downbeat. And another thing you have to remember is that the upbeat is weaker. It's a weaker beat, and then the downbeat is stronger. So whenever you're playing keyboard, when you begin, at the beginning of a bar, make sure the first note, which is the downbeat, sounds stronger than the upbeat, which is usually towards the end of the bar. So it's like every beginning of a bar should sound louder than the end of it. The end of it sounds softer, and the beginning sounds louder. So that's the effect of the downbeat and the upbeat. So let me go to the keyboard and I try to demonstrate this, and I'll give a few more examples when playing. Yeah, now we are going to do a simple demonstration. I'm just going to use quarter notes to demonstrate a simple thing here. Let me, like this, drawing my stuff. Then I have quarter notes. So this is my downbeat, and this is my upbeat, upbeat. Okay, so this is my first beat. This is my upbeat, downbeat, upbeat, downbeat, downbeat, upbeat, downbeat, upbeat. Okay, so this is, we count this as in 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and, so it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, so the N is the upbeat, the beginning beat is the downbeat. Okay, so we are going to, I'm going to do it in the key of B as it is there. So with one hand, okay, I'm going to use two hands, left hand and right hand. So left hand is going to play downbeat, right hand is going to play upbeat. So it will be like this: 1, 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, so I think you can see that the downbeat is stronger, the upbeat is weaker. So that is it. There's no magic about that, and there's nothing more about that. That is the rule. So the downbeat should sound stronger than the upbeat. So I'm going to go ahead and play a piece of music as I will end this tutorial for today. The song is in the key of C, starting with the left hand on the upbeat. Downbeat, 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 downbeat again. Downbeat, then downbeat again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Downbeat again. 2, 3, 4. Downbeat. 2, 3, 4. 1. Yeah, so you can see that is what we call sight reading. So downbeat happens where you feel the strongest beat, where you hear the sound is so loud, like this. That is our downbeat, followed by upbeat, downbeat, downbeat, downbeat. So after every bar comes a new beat, which is our downbeat. Then the upbeat is towards the end of the bar. So that is it for upbeat and downbeat. Stay watching my videos, stay subscribe my videos, share my videos, like, comment, all those things. Just do that for me, and then I'll do the teaching. Whatever you want me to talk about, send in my comment section, and then I'll get back to you. May the Lord bless you so much. Thank you for watching. Stay blessed. I'll see you again in my next video. God bless you.